what people are searching for now, it's like almost like the next factor is people want an actual personalized thing. They don't want some AI because no cold calling flakes do that because at least you're talking to a real human being.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Yeah, and then Aidan, in terms of this product, right? Because AI is like the flower, the flavor of the day now. And whether are you using AI in your
Yeah,
software at the moment? Yeah, which is also
yeah.
very attractive to the investors, right?
Correct. Yeah, it is very attractive. And we're actually going to be introducing some more AI features. So right now, if someone does a call with like one of our softwares, you get a recording. We're going to be introducing AI transcription so people can look at the calls and figure out like, okay, this is where I was doing it right. This is when I go on these calls when I say this is where it goes wrong. So you can analyze the different call data. So that's what we're going to be introducing in the future. But right now, our
Wow, that's
system
very good because you can track the sales call and you can even track what the team is, how the team is are executing the scripts, and there is room for improvement and who needs more training and so on, right? Even the
exactly.
AI will be able to tell you which employee need more training in the calling, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can look at the agent performance already on our dashboard, so you can see like, okay, this is how many pickups happened, and this is what percentage of those people would turned out to be not interested or interested. So we already have access to like a decent amount of data. We can kind of see if like an agent is underperforming, and then you can figure out why. Like right now, you pretty much have to listen to the recordings, but in the future, we'll be able to introduce like AI transcriptions. And also one of the things which our system does right now, which is currently leveraging AI, is we figure out like which types of numbers are like most likely to answer their phone at that given period in time. And it evolves over time based on like the type of data it has. So for example, if you're getting a ton of people picking up the phone like really rapidly, then we kind of detract a little bit because we don't want people hanging up. We want to make sure that we're getting pickups every 20 or so, 20 to 30 seconds. So that way, the agent is constantly busy who's calling, but they're not so busy that they get bombarded with so many people they can't handle it.
Yeah. So yeah, this is what happening with AI. That do you think that the agents can actually could be 100% software? Do you
No,
think that at some point we can reach this level, or there is no way that
it's there's no way.
always gonna use it always need a human element,
Yeah,
especially if you're doing sales call, right?
yeah, yeah. I
You
mean,
have to be learn
and
how to deal with
essentially,
objections and so on, right?
yeah. I mean, the problem is that I actually considered launching that type of software a while back, and the reason why I never launched it is because the that was made illegal. The FTC passed the law.
Ah, wow.
Essentially, yeah, they passed a law making all AI calls. Essentially, they fine people $10,000 per one of those calls, which they do. So it's very, very
So tell us a
expensive.
little bit more about this, Aidan. Tell us a little bit more about this, because I didn't
Yeah,
know about this. So what happened? There is a law.
yeah. The FTC passed a law around a year ago because people in the United States were getting robocalls. At least me personally, I was getting like 7 to even 10 robocalls on a daily
Ah,
basis from
wow.
these different AI agents. Like one of the most popular scams was there was this like fireman thing where the guy would pretend to be like a fireman. He'd be asking you to donate or whatever to help like your local fireman. And
Wow.
that was a popular thing. And the thing is, sometimes people are just nice out of like their heart, and they think, oh, like I'll just help my community and stuff. But in reality, this guy is probably not even giving any money to these firemen. It's taking like 99% of it for himself. He did some
100%.
weird way that's somehow legal or whatever, which he's doing, but eventually the FTC saw that and they're like, okay, we can't allow these AI callers to be doing this because this is going too far. And there's a lot of people complaining about the AI callers because they did sound very real and legitimate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it's very similar to that of like a robocall. Think of it as almost like a pre-recorded call being sent out. These types of things the FTC is not a big fan of. So there's, at least as of right now, unless the FTC changes that law, there's no way it can ever go fully just AI calls. There's always going to be needed a human element. There is a caveat to that though. If like, and I see some really big companies doing this specifically for inbound calls, so someone calling in, if someone had previously filled out a form, so this is an additional checkbox which says, I agree that to like be allowed to be called by AI callers. And they check a box. So they're signing away basically their rights in that regard.
Mhm.
And certain companies require that within their form. So people are checking that, and an AI caller calls them at some point and be like, hey, right now we've got XYZ promotion. That could work, but that's more so like if an inbound thing because they're already familiar at that point with that company. They're like, okay, I know this company. This is cool. I'm okay with talking to an AI. It's okay. But even then, I still find that a lot of people get pretty annoyed. Like me personally, if I'm calling the bank and I'm hearing like an AI thing, like press one for this and press two for that, I find that really annoying. And like most people, I'm just like, just talk to agent, talk to human. I'm like, I don't want to hear that,
Mhm.
rather annoying. So, yeah, I don't find it very likely. And there's other current problems with AI, which is the what's called the latency factor. And for people who don't really understand what that is, it's essentially like the AI needs to think, like on ChatGPT, to understand what you just said. And that takes sometimes like 3, even 5 seconds. And in that time
Mhm.
period, there's this really awkward pause. And
Mhm.
people just hang
You
up
can
and then
lose exactly. You can lose your call. Yeah.
yeah, and then people start asking questions like, "Are you ChatGPT? Are you powered by OpenAI?" and stuff like that. People like
Ah.
I've seen that because before it was made illegal, I've tested stuff like that, and people would be calling it out. At least around 30% of people would catch on to the fact that it's AI. So it's
Mhm.
not only is it ineffective and extremely expensive, but it's also illegal.
And at the end of the day, the consumer is who's gonna have the last word on this. If the consumer don't like it, uh, they're not gonna respond to it. So it's
Exactly.
not it's
Yeah.
no the consumer need to like it in the first place. Now
And the
tell
whole
us,
point of cold
yeah,
calling, by the way, the whole point of cold calling is it's the most personalized way to reach out to people. Because right now, people get bombarded on email, they get bombarded on LinkedIn, they get bombarded on Facebook ads, billboards, you name it. There's so many different ads. The average person gets hit by, I think it's around like 1,000, 2,000 ads every single day across different platforms.
3,000 I've been told. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very
With
large
that
number of people, essentially just hitting them
ads.
with ads. Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, what people are searching for now, it's like almost like the next factor is people want an actual personalized thing. They don't want some AI because no cold calling breaks do that because at least you're talking to a real human being. But if you turn that into an AI, then like you lose the entire factor to be like, okay, I'm just talking to an
This I
AI.
agree with you.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.